from new beginning. Yeah. These scars on me are badges of my journey, and everyone should see that love and life is free. I applaud me, yeah. I applaud me, yeah. Celebrate my life, yeah. I applaud me, I do. In the summertime, nighttime, and the sun
ready when you are.
shines. Yeah.
Yeah, go right back.
My dark days
2 hours.
won't reflect what's on my mind. Yeah. These scars on me.
It's in my bag behind me, so.
Okay. Good afternoon and welcome to Real Chicks Rock Presents Real Discussions. I'm your host for today, Michelle Dosvert, and I'm super excited because look who I got over here. And
We got here.
and we're dressed the same today, and we wasn't supposed to do this.
Got the same T-shirt.
This wasn't supposed to happen today because typically I don't wear the Tambor shirt, but I was like, I'm going to wear it today and I'm going to surprise him, and he's wearing the same
color, you know.
as if he doesn't have other colors to choose from. He looks
Right.
better in green than you do in this color. This is my color today. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. Before we get in and deal with my wonderful guests, I wanted to thank all of the new listeners that are checking us out and just give you a little background about what Real Chicks Rock is all about. We're all about creatively collaborating and connecting to raise awareness regarding issues that impact women, and we do it through the media, we do it through community service, we do it through public speaking, and the media portion is lately has been my favorite because I get an opportunity to do this conversation, and I get an opportunity to speak to people like this guy. So today is no different. So thank you for joining us. And without further ado, this is my topic is celebrating Tambor, 10 years of Tambor Party.
That's right.
Hi.
Hi, how you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you very
I got
much.
Stan Zeff here. Look at
Thank
you.
you. Thank you very much.
This is good, Stan. The last time I had you here was a couple of years ago.
A couple of years, that's right.
It's been a couple of years. And when we talked, we uncovered a lot of things about you, and people went through the roof. That was the first time Facebook Live had just started.
Right.
And so when we talked before, we had about 1,300 views on our
Wow.
conversation.
Nice,
Yes.
nice.
Because you took it all the way back from being a little boy in
Day
London,
one,
from
right.
day one. And it was very informative and very
Right.
interesting. But today we want to kind of speed it up just a little bit because it is all about the celebration of Tambor Party.
Right, yes.
10 years, 10 great
10
years
It's flown by.
in Atlanta.
Yes.
So just a little bit of background, just kind of explain a little bit of how you came up with the whole idea about this Tambor Party.
Well, yes, 10 years. Firstly, thanks for inviting me back
Yes.
on the show.
Absolutely.
And secondly, you know, just want to say big ups to all the fathers out there. This is our
Happy
special
Father's
day.
Day.
Happy Father's Day.
Yes.
Tambor. I think I spoke about this before. I was coming back from this spiritual journey I was on. I was on the plane, and I was reading this spiritual book, and I just opened the book. In the top left-hand corner, it had the word tambor,
Tambor.
and it had a definition of it, which meant a drum ceremony. Okay, and I thought, that's it. That's
Okay.
what I'm going to call this party. And I didn't even know what this party was or
Right.
what it meant or how I was going to start this party, but that was the word I was going to use. And it meant drum ceremony. So it's an Afro-Cuban word
Right.
that's used typically in Cuba as a ceremony to celebrate ancestors, to celebrate orishas.
Okay.
And it's based around the drum.
Nice.
You know, so there's drumming, You can get cowbells and that's it, and
Right.
singing.
Okay.
Yeah, you might get some jingles going on,
Okay,
some
okay.
bells going on
Okay,
somewhere, but
okay.
it's pretty much a cowbell and drums and singing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very organic. So in African, West African terms, it was known as the bembe.
Okay.
Okay. So I thought to myself, yeah, that is what I'm going
That's what she's gonna
to. That's
do.
what I'm going to use, and it was, and whenever I talk to people about the definition of tambor, I always said it's a drum ceremony and
Right,
whatever.
right.
But actually, this year, probably January, February this year,
Okay.
it occurred to me that it meant so much more
Okay.
than just a drum ceremony.
Okay.
It meant to me, it meant the origins of the drum, because the party and the music is all based around drumming, and it's very Afro-centric, full. And it occurred to me that the drum comes from the tree. It's made, the organic drum is wood, so it comes from the tree.
Right.
The tree embeds itself in the earth, and its roots are in the earth. Smiley, look at you. And its roots are in the earth, and the earth gives us everything that we need, the sustenance that we need in life. So we live from the earth.
Right.
Whether we're eating from Publix, Kroger's, the cow farmers market, or you grow your own food, we all live from the earth. Okay.
Got it.
And the music that is played through tambor comes from the earth. It's like, sometimes I think it's roots music, because the tree has roots which embeds itself in the earth, which gives us the energy that we need to live, and our ancestors are returned to the earth.
Wow.
So it's a spiritual element as well to it, that after 10 years it kind of occurred to me, it's like, there's more to this than just saying it's a drum ceremony. It's music that comes from the earth, that gives us our life, and we need music.
Yeah,
right?
we do.
We need music in our lives. It's a way out for people. It's freedom for people.
It is.
So it's a spiritual entity for people.
Wow.
So that's what tambor means to me.
Wow. And
now.
so when you thought of this 10 years ago, you had no idea that it would evolve to this?
No
that
idea.
it would mean this much to you and to other people?
No, not at all. I mean, I think that tambor has, over 10 years, it's allowed me to grow. It's really grown me, because I've had to change my work ethic and my life ethic,
Really?
literally, around what tambor is, and how it's growing, and how it affects people around the world, and the messages I get from people, and from around the world.
Yes.
It's just like, I have to do more. I have to change it. It has to grow more. So 10 years ago, I wasn't sure how long it was going to last.
Gotcha.
But it's just something that, that an energy that keeps going.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Was it just a party? Like 10 years ago, you were like, listen, I'm here in Atlanta. There's a lot of beautiful people here. I'm from London originally, and I see all this movement, and Atlanta seems exciting, and there's different parties going on, and I have a DJ or a musical background. Let me see if I could just do this party. Was it more in that kind of space 10 years ago?
10 years ago, yes.
Yeah.
10 years ago, yes, I wanted to recreate that energy and vibe that I experienced in the early days of house music in the 80s in London. So yes, it was.
Okay.
But as I said, it's much more than just a dance party now.
Right.
It's just evolved in so many ways, and so many branches and leaves of the tree, that it's much more than just a dance party.
The scene for Atlanta musically totally different then than it is now, right? Would you agree?
Yes.
Are you finding that more people are wanting to gravitate more to an Afro sound relating to house music, or no?
It's a good question. I think people are experimenting more.
Okay.
I think people are wanting to hear something different, and some people want to hear traditional.
Right. Traditional house.
Traditional house.
Okay.
I think that more different types of people are gravitating towards tambor, because it is different. It has because it's Afro, people think that it's different in some way to traditional house music,
Yes.
but I really call it soul music because it's soul touching. You know, so when you hear the Afro music that's played in tambor, it touches your soul.
So,
Which is soul music, right? When it came out in the 50s or 60s, you know, they said it was soul music because it touches your soul.
Touches your soul.
And that is what tambor does. So if you want music to touch your soul in a different way, then yes.
Yes.
So did I answer your question?
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
You did. You did.
I just want to make sure.
There's a lot of differences here, Stan, because 10 years ago, the scene was totally different than what it is now. There are a lot of people, like you're saying, are taking the chance and experimenting with Afro house music. Right. Do you see the difference here in the UK? Like when you go back home to London, are you finding that there's more Afro music that's playing, Afro house being played there, or it's still kind of the sounds that it was when you left?
No, there's definitely more Afro house music being played. There is an Afro house scene in London, but it's not as big as the traditional house scene. Okay. But I would say it's growing. You know, I think that there's so many splinters now of Afro house.
Right.
Okay, because originally, I mean, Afro house has been around since the 90s. You know, there's lots of producers that have been taking that Afro beat sound from Fela Kuti and, you know, speeding it up, putting a kick underneath it and just making it into a house sound.
Right.
You know, so that was Afro house back in the 90s and the 2000s or whatever. So it's been around for a long time, you know, but now the Afro house is more I would say spread over the continent of Africa. Okay. So you have different influences from the guitar of Mali, you know, through the djembe of West Africa, you know, and the congos and you know the wood block. Do you know what I'm saying? And the cowbell and all the different elements from the whole continent. Yeah. All in there, as well as the modern day sounds and synths. Yes. All thrown in and the chants and stuff.
Yeah, you've grown.
Have I?
You've grown, yeah. Because I've been with you for 5 years now.
Really?
Yeah. July will be 5 years.
Okay.
And you never used to talk like this.
Really?
No, and I think it's because now you've put on more of a producer's hat, right? So you're producing more music under the Tambor music label. Yes. So how is that working out for you? Because you seem to have releases coming out pretty often now. Yeah. Pretty often. Tambor is just growing. I mean, it's just like you put the sail up and then you just go where the wind takes it. Do you know what I'm saying? But the producing side, you know, I love it. Yeah, it's amazing. It's allows me to be very expressive. You know, and very you know, to put my inner thoughts and my feelings and aspirations down inside of music, you know, and when I play it back, I'm like, wow, did I put that together? Yeah. Did I put that together? Yeah. So the music's coming out fast and furious because you know that's how we're being blessed with the music. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's coming out, and latest releases with Lee Wilson, guy from Boston, right? Called Tonight. Yes. You know. Shino Black has done a remix on it, so and it's done very well. Yeah. Within a week, it's like in the top 10 charting. You know, charting. So, you know, I love the producing. Okay. I love the producing. Is there a particular sound you're looking for vocalists from singers? How do you pick them? No, I think if I hear a vocalist and it resonates, then that's the one you want to go with. That's all I need. There's no rule or bar or, you know, typical type that I want or don't want. You know, if it resonates, then I'm good with it. Okay. You know, is there any Afro music that has gone before that you'd like to remix and put maybe your touches on it, or no? There's quite a lot of traditional Afro music, you know, especially I like the traditional stuff from Mali. Yes. You know, I like, you know, just like it could be 110 BPM, very slow, very, you know, rhythmic percussion. And I just like to take that stuff, and I'm already messing around with it, you know, and just
bring it into a 123 BPM and, and
That's
just
movable.
put that,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And just put that expression into it,
Mm-hmm.
so you get that vibe, that spiritual vibe in it,
Mm-hmm.
on the dance floor,
Nice.
you know?
Nice. And let's talk a little bit about the dance floor, because everybody that's listening or watching has not had the experience of Tambor, right? The
Right.
Tambor Party. They might have heard about it. They've seen the videos. They've seen the beautiful pictures. Thanks to Demetrius Williams, who does a great job in
Excellent job, yes.
capturing the scene at
Mhm.
night. But from your viewpoint, when you're in the DJ booth, what do you see? What is the energy for you when you're DJing at the party?
To be honest, I see eyes.
Just eyes?
Yeah, I see I see excitement in eyes.
Really?
Yeah, especially for people who haven't been to Tambor
Yes,
before and
yes.
experienced it for the first few times,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "What is this?
Right.
Okay, and what is this music? And
Mm-hmm.
what are you doing to me?
That's
You know,
always the,
and what
that's
are you
always
doing?
the statement. What are you
Right.
doing to me?
What are you doing
What
to
is
me?
going on here?
Right, I've never experienced
I've
this
never
before.
felt this way.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's why I said it's soul music, because it's
Mm.
soul touching music from the roots, because it's music that affects people, and you see it in because the eyes are the gateway to the soul,
That
right?
is the truth.
So you see it in their eyes, and their eyes are wide open,
Wide
or their eyes are wide shut, and people's expression with their hands and their arms, and it's not just how they're dancing or what they're wearing or how they feel. They leave whatever the world has
Yes.
given
Yes,
them
yes.
outside,
Yes.
or put it to the side. It's like,
Yes.
right, for now I'm just going to stand on this spot,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to move my arms, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to feel
I'm gonna
the
get my
rhythm, the
life.
music, and
I'm
I'm going to get my life.
Yeah, I'm going to get my
Right.
life. Yeah.
Because people need a release.
Yes.
Because they got mortgages, car notes,
Yes. Life.
children.
Yes.
Do you know
Things
what
are
I'm saying?
happening.
Exactly.
Things are happening.
So, it gives them a chance to forget about that. And I'm glad that I can be of service to allow people to, have a few hours
Yeah.
to get away from the trials and tribulations of life.
And typically we have to throw the people out at the end of the night. They
Right.
don't want to leave.
Right, yes.
Lately you've been nice. You go until 3:30. You go
Right.
extra.
Right.
Because we're supposed to end the party at 3, and you go because you ride the wave. There's like
Yeah.
an energy that's going on, and the people respond, and so we don't end until 3:30 now. Sometimes that's unofficial, but yeah, that's unofficial. Just depends on how it's going that night. I want to talk about the locations, because when we talked before, Stan, we talked about how initially some of the places you started off were smaller and quaint and cozy, and then you went to bigger spaces like 595 and just Wild Pitch, and it just got bigger. Do you have a preference? Like, does it work? Does the magic still work in a smaller space versus a bigger venue? Like, how does it feel for you?
I think the larger spaces, you have to work harder
Okay.
to get that same energy
Yes.
between the people because of the space, the ceiling's higher and whatever, and the energy bounces off people.
Right.
So it's a bit harder at the larger spaces. I think something like a 200 to 400 size space is perfect.
Okay.
I think it's perfect. But there's always been a hardship with venues, because venues, wherever you are, venues is very hard to find the right space and to keep that space going and build the momentum.
Yeah. Yeah, and you've done pretty well. You've done
Yeah.
pretty well with that.
Right.
Because you typically are at a venue for years at a
Right,
time, and
exactly.
then change may come about, and then you go somewhere and you nurture that space.
Yes.
So you've been very good in the 10 years
Right.
of being consistent
Right.
and having the party consistently a certain time every month,
Right.
and doing that. So people have an expectation.
Right.
They don't have to look for you. They know consistently this is
Right.
where you're going to be. This is the time you're doing it. This is the day.
Yes.
So for that, it's been really great. I want to talk about all the DJs that you've had, and
Okay.
even the vocalists that you've had over the 10 years.
Right.
You've had your pick of the litter. Like, you've
Right.
had people before they even got big.
Right.
We're doing Tambor Party, and now
Right.
they're like big. Like,
Right.
that's incredible, right?
Yes,
Like, I
yes.
mean, over the years, you've had Timmy Regisford, Black Coffee, Louis Vega, Anana Vega, Chosen Few. I mean, the list goes on and on.
Right,
Jihad
right.
Muhammad,
Yeah.
Osolanda. It's just
Right.
incredible.
Yeah.
And they've come like 2 or 3 times, right?
Yeah, that's right.
In the 10 years.
Yes, yep.
Man,
Right.
why your party? Why your party?
I think they like the vibe.
Yeah.
I think they like the vibe.
Okay.
And I try to be hospitable.
You are.
And try and treat them right, and give them their props and respects as they very much deserve.
Right.
All of them, and I think that they love the vibe of Tambor, because for me, Tambor, I don't dilute the music.
No.
I don't shortchange people when it comes to the sound system.
Right.
The sound system's got to be right.
You're a sound guy.
So exactly, original sound man.
You're
You know what I'm saying?
Sound man. Yeah,
so
yeah.
I used to build speaker boxes and amplifiers and stuff like that. So the sound means a lot to me. So when they come to Tambor, they know there's going to be a proper setup in the booth.
Yes.
There's going to be a proper sound system, and the people are going to feel the music.
Yeah.
So I think that goes a long way. And obviously mutual respect.
Yes.
For peers within the industry.
Yes.
Goes a long way as well.
Now you've seen a change, Stan, in the 10 years. I think people rotate because life happens. We all get a little older, right? So some people we roll off and we don't come out in the scene, but there seems to be like a re-emergence, right? I think you're connecting with a younger audience of people. Would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So how are you able to do that? Is it just tapping schools or just social media? Has that been the help?
Yeah, all of the above. Social media, connecting to some of a lot of the colleges here in Atlanta, because it's full of colleges. Finding people who are tapped in with the younger crowd and getting them plugged into the Tambor family, so they can, they can promote under the Tambor banner as well. So that brings in a younger crowd,
right?
And playing at other venues, playing for other people, and they're like, oh, who's this guy? And it's, Tambor Party every third Saturday of the month. Come along.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So that helps a lot as well.
Your party's always been diverse.
Yeah.
It's always been diverse, even though it's about the drum and the music and what it means to you ancestrally. There's always diversity in the pictures. When you come to a party, it's not one shade of anything, right? It's everybody comes, and it's for the same common good, for the music, right?
Exactly.
So that's the beauty of the party, Tambor Party, is that it's always been diverse. It's always been a welcoming scene, and it's always been about the music where people can get their life and feel like brother and sister when they leave at the end of the night.
Exactly.
And I want to talk about you playing at different places. Lately, you've been taking Tambor Party to different cities, like New York City and Toronto. How's that been going for you?
It's been going really well. It's been going really well, and it's growing. New York especially is growing really well.
They love some Stan.
They love some Stan and Tambor, and I think that it's very. I feel grateful.
Yes,
I really feel grateful for people that support it, you know, and see the benefits in the party, and that want to drink the Kool-Aid. Do you know what I'm saying? Because it is gratifying, and I want to continue to grow in other cities and have more regular parties in other cities.
Okay.
So
any cities come to mind? Like maybe Miami or
Chicago, Miami, and also on the West Coast.
Yes,
I'm still starting throwing some things around, and seeing what sticks on the West Coast, and starting something there as well. The work doesn't stop.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
It's hard.
What about London? What about home? What about doing Tambor at home?
That's on my radar as well.
Okay.
I've talked to some people about it, and I'm starting to get some movement there, and going back more often now. So I'm always seeing what's about and what I can line up. Because I'm working with some vocalists over there and stuff. Good. So gives more exposure and stuff. So
now this year you did something different. I'm glad you talked about the earth and grounding and roots and things of that, and how the music helps us connect to those things. You did something different this year. You had a festival outdoors in the park in May, and it was called the Grounding Party. You want to talk a little bit about that? How did that come about for you?
Well, I think that I wanted to do something for the people.
Right.
For people.
Right.
There was no monetary benefit in it or anything like that. I just wanted to do it to give to the people you know, as my gratitude for things that have happened for me, you know. So, as you know, I'm always, you know, the whole thing about the ground and the energy from the ground and how we live off the ground.
Yes.
And we can't survive without the ground.
Yes.
But we don't connect to the ground enough, you know. So we love the music. So why not create something where we can connect to the ground and feel the energies of the ground and feel the energies of the music.
Okay.
So I did this thing and next to the Beltline in Atlanta, this event called the Grounding Party.
Right.
So people came out and they took their shoes and socks off and there was dancing on the grass and there was just like, and they connected and it was great and the sun was hot, you know, and people felt, you know, I hope they felt connected.
Yeah.
And you know, it worked out well.
The response was good.
Yeah.
It felt like a celebration of life, if you will.
Yeah.
With the music, people got to be themselves. It was very open, very public. It was at near the skate park, so the location was great. It was easy to be found.
Right.
A lot of people stood back because they didn't know what to expect, but the music just continue to pull them in. So I think it was a great day. It was a great opportunity to celebrate your 10, you know, to give something back. So it was good. I think a lot of people were wish they could have been there, but it was work, right? Because we typically don't party during the day.
Right.
Our parties are at night, so to do it during the day, we threw a couple of people off, so that was the thing.
And I want to do another one as well. I want to probably do another one later on this year.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Really?
Yeah.
Does the planning team know about this?
You soon will.
We got to hear it first on television. Yes. We got to hear it now. For somebody that, because you've been in the industry and the business for a very long time, for somebody that wants to be a DJ or follow your footsteps, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
It's get ready for some hard work.
Really?
Yeah, get ready for some hard work. Get ready for some letdowns, some pitfalls, and get ready for some successes. You know, I think nothing's worth doing if it's easy.
No, that's what you always say.
That's what I always say, right. If it's not easy,
nothing's worth having if it's not easy.
Right, you gotta be prepared to work for it, and then that just goes into how hard do you want it, how much do you really want it, because it's like I always think of it like climbing a mountain. Okay, because you might think, oh, I want to reach the top of that mountain. So what you do is you get all the kit, you know, you get the boots, you get the ropes, you get the pick that goes into the stone. Yeah. So you can put your hook in there and hoist yourself up. So it's like a DJ, you know, I start buying music, I get buy some CDJs and a mixer and stuff like that. So I'm ready. I can reach the top, you know, but as soon as they get to the first couple of steps, they're like, oh, you know, this isn't as easy as I thought it was. You know, I have to be a bit fitter because I have to pull myself up, and I'm not strong enough, and I'm overweight, and I'm this and I'm that, and you know what I'm saying, and you know, the rope I thought was good enough isn't good enough because it's snapping, and there's other people running past me, so I'm not getting up the hill. So a lot of people get despondent, and they just think to themselves, you know, I'm not going to do this anymore, and just sell their stuff on eBay. Right, you know? Right. But you have to persevere. You have to believe in yourself. You have to have confidence in yourself, and you can't be swayed on what other people are doing or how successful other people are. Yeah, you've really got to concentrate on yourself and set your own goals, and take your time, and be patient with yourself and be patient with the universe, because once the universe opens up for you, you got to be ready to take that opportunity. Yeah, which is what luck is. Yeah, you've made it look easy though, Stan. You think so? Well, because you know, we have a good time at. Right. We have a good time at what we do. Right. But you're right. Oftentimes people don't realize how much work goes into it. Yeah. Having a party every month is not easy. No. It's not. It takes work. It's consistent promotion. It's you know, connecting with the DJ or artist that you're going to bring in. Right. It's all the hospitality that you extend once they're here. Yeah. It's about sound. It's about music.
not only old music but new music that you want to play, and then really reading the crowd, like you have a good sense of understanding where the crowd is at. I've seen you align with your guest DJ so that there's a good synergy,
right?
So that people don't feel out of sorts,
right?
You know, this guy plays one way, Stan plays another. It seems very harmonious,
right?
And I think people go home and they're inspired, right? For lack of a better word, they're very inspired, and they feel that they can do the similar thing, and they go and they buy some music, and they buy a little monitor at home, and they, you know, and they start, and they sound really great at home, and that's good. But then trying to get people to come out to a party every month for 10 years is no easy feat.
No, it's not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy.
I mean, we've come against bad weather,
right?
Storms,
right?
Possible snow,
right?
Lights going out in the neighborhood. We've had everything come against us, but the party still went on.
Party still goes on because, you know, some Saturdays may not be as good as others,
right?
You know, but at the end of the day, you know, something the next morning kicks you up and says, you know, get ready for the next one. You know, and that energy inside is what comes out, you know, because it's not easy.
It's not
easy. You've got to work hard at it, you know, and just like, you know, believe that it will happen. You know, and you know, and luckily it has. It has. So, you know.
And you never change the way you deliver the music. You're consistent. So it could be 1,000 people in the room or 250. It doesn't matter what number is in there. If they're there, you treat them the same. You treat them with the, I'm glad that you're here. Let's have a good time.
Exactly.
Let's have a good time. Let's have a great night. And you play your all. You got the washcloth, you towel, you sweating, and you doing it. And people are getting into it. And we hear some screams throughout the night. Oh! And people scream, and there's whistle blowing. And it is an experience that is difficult to kind of put into words. You have to experience it. And I've been blessed in working the door for you for 5 years. So I get the testimonies at the door, in and out. And people have come from all over, from Miami, from New York, from the Midwest. We've had people that are just merely visiting Atlanta, and they'll connect with other people, and they'll say, you've got to go to that party. You've got to go to Tambor. And then they go, and they're excited, but then they're disappointed because they're like, I don't live in Atlanta. I can't get this all the time. So it's, you know, it's a bittersweet situation at the end of the night for them. But it is people coming from all over trying to be here, you know, trying to experience it with you. So congratulations on that.
I'm grateful for that, you know, and I'm grateful that people enjoy it. You know, because, you know, you have to give 100% every time.
You do.
Otherwise, why
are you doing it?
Why are you doing it? If you're not prepared to give 100%, then it's not worth doing.
It's not worth
it. For me, it's not worth it. You know, so I've got to, you know, so when I go home at night, I'm satisfied within myself that I gave 100%. You know, and I made people happy for a few hours.
You
did. Know what I'm saying?
Now you're doing bigger things now. This whole cruise thing.
Okay.
This destination. This destination cruise thing. Now you've done it for 3 years successfully. Now we're launching the 4th year. When I talked to you a couple of years ago, it was just a little twinkle in your eye. We had no idea that it would be, or maybe you did. Maybe you knew it would come to this all along, because this was part of a dream that you had. And so it's starting to come. It's like real life. It's
really starting to happen.
It is real life. 3 years. We've already sailed this year. So the response this year has been what? Tell me some of the sound that you've heard back, some of the feedback you've heard on the cruise.
From this year's cruise?
Yes, from this year's.
I think the one that's really touched me was one after we do the survey and everything comes back and people talk to me and stuff like that personally. The one that really touched me was like, I came back from the cruise wanting to be a better person. So that really touched me, because I'm like, that's more far-reaching than I ever thought that it could be, you know, and it means so much more than just going and dancing and partying. You know, it's about the energy from people around you, and because you know what they say. You say you're a product of the people the 5 people you spend the most time with. You know what I'm saying? So when you're on a ship with 500-600 people, you know, and, you know, everyone's feeling the music, feeling the energy from the water, you know, and the sun, you know, and each other, you know, stuff starts to happen. I said stuff. I was going to say something else, but I said stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Stuff starts to happen, you know, and we feel an abundance of love and joy and happiness and freedom.
It's amazing.
And, you know, when we release the dates for the cruise next year, it's like people jumped on it.
Yes. So the first wave of cabins are sold out for 2020.
Sold out in just over a week.
Yeah, in a week and a half. Yeah. And then we've just released this past Friday the next wave. And those are moving very quickly.
And we've got, almost over 30% have already gone. In the first day.
Yeah.
So, it looks like we're heading for another sellout.
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, people just, you know, over the last 3 years, they see consistency, and that's the answer. Really, you have to be consistent because consistency gains momentum. Yeah, and once you got momentum going, then people just jump on the roller coaster. You know what I'm saying? They jump on it and they want that ride, and they want that feeling, and they want to get away, and they want to enjoy life, and they want to be able to forget. You know, politics and bills and drama and whatever, and just enjoy music and enjoy new people. You know, meeting new people and being free for one time. You know, for the whole year or for a few years. You know, let me save up this cash and just be free for a week.
It's good. It's good. It is. It's another indescribable thing. I don't think that we thought it would do this. But I think it's the power of music. Yes. And then hats off to you and Dean, aka Zeff and Saint. Yes. Your partner in this. Yeah. In selecting the right DJs. Right. To have the vision that you guys have. Right. To make sure that it's a quality experience for people. So every time someone is in that DJ booth, somebody's going to get free on the dance floor. Yes. They understand the requirements of what is expected of the passengers.
Without even having to say to any of the DJs anything, you know, about, you know, make sure you bring it, or it's not about that. It's not about, you know, that it's like you've been chosen to play on the cruise because you can do something.
You can do it.
And, you know, we don't even have to say that to the DJ. You know, they do what they do.
They do what they do.
You know, and surrounded by the energy and the brother and sisterly support of the other DJs and the people who come to participate. You know, they raise to another level. Yeah. You know?
Yeah. This draws like the dancers. Right. Like people that dance for hours. Like they do not stop. Like there is an expectancy as soon as they get on the floor that they are going to dance for hours, and they are okay with that.
Right. Yes.
You know, they are really okay with that. And then you have people that watch, but I mean the energy on the dance floor, it is life changing.
Yeah, because I mean we have to be grateful for the people that come on the cruise are the ones that a lot of the people from Chicago, New York, Jersey, tri-state New York, you know, Baltimore, Philly. These are the people that started house music. Do you know what I'm saying? They were at the original Paradise Garage, the Loft, all these traditional, these clubs that started house music. A lot of these people are the ones that were there from day one. Right. You know, and they coming on the cruise and they're dancing like they did when they were in their 20s. I know. And in their teens.
I know.
You know, so it's got a lot to say.
Non-stop.
You know? So, you know, that for us is like amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, because they don't go anywhere else. Do you know what I'm saying? They don't usually travel outside of their home city, you know, to party. You know, they might go from Jersey to New York.
That's about
it.
I mean? Yeah.
Or Chicago to Detroit or somewhere. But, you know, it's like when they come on this trip and they all come together, you know, it's something amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. And then the destinations that have been picked for 2020 is going to be epic as well.
Yes.
Because it's just going to tie into just the whole thing about what Tambor is about. It's going to like take another level off.
Right. Yes.
And it's just going to be amazing. And I think lives will change.
Right.
in a different way, you
Right.
know, just maybe spiritually as well as through
Yeah.
the music and just the different people that are coming and just what we
Right.
bring. And it's just an amazing
Yeah.
time.
Because we're doing something that we haven't done before, not just with the cruise, but with 2020, we're going to 3 destinations.
Yes.
You know,
This
so
is
we're
7
going to
days.
St. Martin, Puerto Rico, and Labadie,
Yeah.
Haiti.
Yes.
You know, so some people is like, I'm a Haitian and I've never been to Haiti.
Really?
Do you know?
Really?
Yes.
They're telling you.
And so I don't say shame on you. I
You
say,
say, did you
okay,
book? Come.
Right. And so I've already booked. You
Yeah.
know? And the same for Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I love Puerto Rico.
Me too.
I love the people. I
Me
love,
too.
So it's, you know,
Puerto
I'm going on
Rico's
some
going to be hot.
excursions as well, you know.
I know you're a traveler.
Yeah.
You've been
Apparently in
everywhere.
Haiti, you can do zip lining and you're like 400 feet up or
Are
something
you
like that.
serious?
So I'm going to do that.
I'm going to do that too.
Right. So you can zip line on the ship. So that's my warm up. So on the ship you can zip line. That's my warm up. So when I get to Haiti, I'm going to be doing the zip lining 400 feet
Oh,
up.
snap.
Yes, I'm going to do it. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, this is our first time. We're doing 7 days.
7 days. Right.
And I typically don't like to be on a cruise or boat for 7 days. But
Right.
this, I'm like, okay, I'm
Right.
going to do this because
it's
it'll
going
be
to go
different.
really quick.
It is.
It's going to go really quick.
It's
Because
different.
like when we did, the last one was 4 nights.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like a blink of the eye.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, so 7 days is going to go really quick. It's going to, you know, so I'm very much looking forward to it.
Any plans for 2021? Since 2020 is almost in the bag. Are you thinking about 2021?
Not at the moment.
Not
We've
at
got
the-
some ideas, but you know, we can't talk about the ideas without, you know, something more concrete, you know. So when it comes more solid, we'll let you know. We'll definitely let you know.
Good things happening with this cruise and
Yeah.
this destination. What's next for Tambor Party? What is it? Is there anything that you want to do that you haven't done yet for Tambor?
Lots of things.
Lots, really.
Yeah.
Can you share at least one?
I'd like to do a festival. You know, it's like a few days.
A few days.
Yeah, a few days festival.
Okay.
That's what I'd really like to do. Not necessarily in the States.
Okay.
You know, somewhere else.
Oh.
I'd like to do that. I'd like to really grow the label more. You know,
Okay.
I like to grow everything more.
Of course.
You know, I think there's still room for growth. You know, and you know, touch more people.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, take elements of the world. You know, and put them into Tambor somehow. Do you know what I'm saying? So it affects more people. It's like you say, it's so diverse, and I'd like to keep it that way.
It's very
you know,
diverse,
or
yes.
even more. You know, and like have a, you know, something for every continent.
Yeah.
You know,
That's a lot of work.
yeah, it's a lot of work.
You need some help.
I do. As you know, I always need the help. You know, and that's one thing. You know, it's just like you just got to keep going.
Yeah.
You know, and just be happy and grateful that you can keep going and until more help comes. You know. So, what? You're smiling, looking out there. You're looking for the help, huh?
Looking for anybody that wants to help, come on and help us. Because he has big dreams.
Right.
And it's going to take some more hands to do it. You have a lot of great things that are going on. And it's been a great, for me, 5 years, 5 out of the 10.
Great. Thank you.
And the first year or so, I came on the scene, it was like Tambor 3 going into Tambor 4. So I've had the experience of being a straight consumer of it and then being a part of it.
Right.
It's just been a great
Good.
opportunity for me. So thank you.
You're most welcome.
And anything that I can do to continue to support it, because to me it represents quality in sound and just
Right.
how you execute things.
Right.
And it has a nice reputation.
Right.
So anything that I can do to help with the
Right.
reputation, I'm on
Thank
board
you.
with that. So congratulations with your 10 years. When is our next party? When can we party? What's going on? When's the anniversary date? Is in August, is it not? August?
Yes.
Right.
It's in August.
So how are
I'm
we-
lining some things up. I haven't got anything to announce because I wanted to do something special.
Yes.
So I'm still working on that something special.
Okay.
But unfortunately with Wild Pitch closing its doors. It's kind of knocked the momentum off. But starting from September, we'll be at Crazy Atlanta every third Saturday. So that's downtown Atlanta, opposite the Sheraton
Hotel. Yes, on
downtown,
Cortland.
on Cortland Street. So that's going to be the third Saturday of every month.
Starting in September.
Yes. So that's a definite.
Nice.
You know, but up until then, I've got something lined up for New York in August.
Nice.
So I'll be releasing that soon.
Okay.
And, you know, everything else will be online. You know?
Are we doing Chosen Few this year?
Yes, it's going to be at Chosen Few this year.
4th of July weekend?
4th of July weekend. You know, I'll be doing the closing party.
Closing, not the promontory. You always open.
No, this is going to be the closing
You're
party.
going to close this year.
Yeah,
Nice.
with, Mike Dunn.
Nice. Very nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. Last year I did the closing party with
You
Terry
did.
Hunter.
Okay, Terry Hunter. Okay.
Yeah.
I need to go back up there. Fellas, I'm coming. I need to go. I haven't been in a couple of years, so I need to go on up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good for you. So Chosen Few in July, then New York in August. And then we're going to celebrate our 10-year anniversary. So you're working on those plans.
Working on those plans.
That's going to be big.
Yeah.
That's got to be
Got
big.
some dates coming up for Toronto, some more stuff coming up in New York, you know.
They love you in New York.
And other places.
And and Toronto too.
Right.
Yeah.
So
we'll loan you out, but you have to come back.
Right, exactly. Have to come home.
You have to come
get
home.
a return ticket.
You have to come home.
Right.
So we'll loan you out, but you have to come home.
Right. Yes. You get a return ticket always.
Man, you got good stuff going on, Stan.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's an enjoyable life.
You're smiling really big too.
Yeah, and it's you know it's hard work, but you know it pays off.
It's paying off.
Yes.
Musically, doing the thing that you love the most.
That's exactly, doing what you love the most. That's what it's about. That's what life's about.
That's what life is all about, man. We wish we can be like you.
Yeah, you can.
I can.
Yeah.
How so?
Just take the step.
I'm wearing the shirt. I'm halfway
You're
there.
halfway there.
I'm halfway there. I'm looking like you.
T-shirt.
I'm wearing the Tambor T-shirt, which these are great. These are selling online. You're selling these online?
These are online. Just go to the website, tamborparty.com, and these are online.
These are online. And the classic ones, we have the original ones, too, that we're selling and getting rid of that inventory. And then tell the nice people, how can they book for the cruise?
They go to tribetamborcruise.com. That's tribetamborcruise.com. You can also go to tamborparty.com. There's a link in there that you can book for the cruise as well. You know, but that is you go there and you can book. You can have a look at the DJ lineup. You can have a look at the details for the ship.
That's right.
You know, and book.
Yeah.
You know, put your deposit down and payment plan and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, we've thought of it all.
Frequently asked questions and all that, and this year we've always had it before, but it's getting bigger, so we have ambassadors as well, right, to help, and they've been doing a phenomenal job in getting the word out. So big ups to the ambassadors. Continue to be an extension of the brand and represent, so we thank you for that, as well as Barbara Ginebra, who has been doing phenomenal work. That is your sister in the business and helping us launch this every year, so this has been great. So this has been good stuff, so thank you, Stan. So where can the people find you?
You can find me firstly on the website, tamborparty.com.
Right.
Or Instagram, Stan Zeff. Facebook, Stan Zeff. It's all very easy. Just Stan Zeff. SoundCloud.
Yeah.
I just posted a new mix up there
Good
on
for
SoundCloud.
You. Yes, yes.
Hands on Radio.
Yes, every Tuesday.
Just Google Stan Zeff.
Stan Zeff. You're everywhere. Follow you on social media.
That's right.
Follow Tribe Tambor Cruise too as well, because there's some great pictures and videos
of
and
past cruises,
and
keeping up to
like
date with what's going on.
Yeah, so if you want to know where he's at, you can always peek in on that cruise and see what's going on there. And as he's launching and releasing and telling us about DJ lineup and all that other kind of stuff. And listen, we don't want you to be sad that you're gonna miss it. So go ahead and book the room, book your reservation. Don't wait. Don't procrastinate, because you're going to be mad if you're not on the cruise with us again this year. And we want you to be with us because it's a life-changing experience. So,
That's right.
Congratulations.
Want to come back as a better person.
Yeah.
Yes. That's right.
So congratulations, Stan, on everything.
Thank you so much for having me back again.
Yeah, it's been good. Thank you for
thank you for all the help you do with Tambor and the cruise and everything. And Michelle is our ambassador for Atlanta, so anyone booking for the cruise, make sure you put Michelle down as your ambassador. So thank you for everything you do.
You're welcome.
Not just for Tribe Tambor, but for the scene as a whole. For everything.
Thank you, Stan.
He
said for the scene as a whole. I love house music. I do. Thank you. We do have a good time, and when you come to Tambor Party, I'm the face that you see at the door, and we greet you with love. And because we want you to have a wonderful experience with us. So thank you so much for everybody that's been supporting Stan in this. So that's my time. As you know, I'm Real Chicks. I'm everywhere. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. We are on so many different platforms with this podcast and this show. Please subscribe. Check us out on YouTube, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Pandora. We're coming on Pandora as well as Spotify. So we thank you for all the support, all the love, all the encouragement, all the shares. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm still getting them. Thank you so much. I did have a great birthday last Sunday, a week ago. Hats off to all of the fathers. Stan he's a father, and he's a good dad.
I hope so.
Yeah, you are a good father. I've met his kids, and they're beautiful human beings. So happy Father's Day to you and to all the fathers that are listening. Until next time, you guys take care and continue to rock on. Bye.
Bye for now. Bye.
That was good. See, that was less than an hour. Yeah. That wasn't bad today. I think we covered everything.